everybody, how's it going? We are here once again at the Aaron and Austin show.
Yep, Sunday night this time, right?
Yeah. Well, for us, it's going to come out on Thursday like it usually does.
But I'm living in the now.
Tonight we have a really special guest, and I don't want to blow this up too much, but we have Orphan Jon here. Recent transplant to Wichita from Bakersfield, California. Excellent blues musician. I've known him for a couple years, and I'm currently playing bass for Orphan Jon.
Yes, singer.
And so really there's a lot to talk about, but real quick, I want to roll this graphic that explains about our shows this weekend.
Go see some shows in Wichita, please.
Oh, yeah.
We're back. Go check out some shows in Wichita for sure, because actually I just saw my man here with you at the Wave, which was my first time on the indoors, which was kind of cool. Nice in there. The Wave indoors, pretty solid.
Were you there?
Yeah, I came out to you guys' show.
You didn't scream?
No, he did. You can hear it on that video.
Is that you? Okay.
Yeah.
I heard somebody screaming. I wondered who that was.
Yeah. I mean, I can barely contain myself.
It's the guy that sounds like a 15-year-old girl. That's my friend Austin.
Yeah. Honestly, when I'm talking in the back of the room, people do think I'm screaming. So,
It's a common occurrence for you.
Is that screaming? No, he just is a passionate guy.
So that was our third show.
Everyone.
Who is that?
I love it.
Who is
John,
that?
say that again.
We have got to do a clip. Yeah. We've got to do a clip of our guests looking
Lord?
We can do like 5 of them, 5 or 6 of them now. A clip of
I mean, good. They all do that.
Totally.
So
this is the Lord speaking.
We give our sound man John. We give him a mic so he can chime in the conversation.
Yeah, and he's
you can't go wrong when you got John. Johns are awesome.
J-O-N sticking together.
That's right.
And John English is your actual name, correct? John?
Yeah, one of the ones they gave me. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. And if you gotta go to John. We're gonna go down the corner and get me a John. You know, it's like John. It's very popular.
John.
Oh, before we forget, much love and support to all the people out in Andover. That happened a couple days ago. I know we've had a couple. The weekends got a little better, but
my bass player Steve was right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
He just got his backyard cleaned up from the previous tenants. And that happened and had to clean up the entire yard all over again.
A tree fell in it.
My kids had 2 basketball games apiece. We had 4 basketball games scheduled for the Andover Far Hall building that's behind there for Saturday, and they canceled.
Well, the YMCA is destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, there's cars inside the YMCA, like inside the front.
Yeah, literally,
it's all tore up.
They just celebrated the anniversary of a huge tornado there.
21st.
Andover gets mauled, man. God bless the people that live in Andover. Stuff out there. They get hit with tornadoes quite a bit.
Being from California, don't hold it against me. The alarms go off, and Stella, my beautiful wife, we're celebrating our anniversary today, so just so you know.
Oh, shout out to that, too.
Happy anniversary.
She's she's literally like, hey, turn off the TV, because I'm a diehard Big Bang Theory guy.
No, that's true.
Turn it off. And I'm like, what? She goes, that's a freaking tornado alarm. I'm like, what? So she goes to the basement. I go outside.
Take a look.
Yeah, I am like, my California. Where is the tornado?
Well, you ain't the only one. The people in Kansas do the same shit.
Kansas thing.
I mean, I'm like,
let me grab a beer. I'm gonna check that out.
Man, people are like doing selfies and shit. Like, I mean, honestly,
all my friends. Selfies.
Honestly, this is
and our good friend Suki Blakely told me that. She's like, well, you're Kansan now because you're outside. But it's like, I never seen a tornado. And so my good friend Big Ad, He runs. He's the groundskeeper for Andover and Andover Central and the elementary schools.
High schools. Oh, the elementary schools and schools out there.
The same Big Ed I just met.
Big Ed, yeah. Okay. I'm a bro, man.
Cool.
And so he's out there. He's out there, and all that, and that funnel cloud, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, the power of that stuff is really amazing.
Did you see some of the footage?
Oh yeah,
Just incredible. Everybody's got a phone now. So
well, they said this is the
footage.
most well filmed tornado they've ever had.
Yep.
Well, because okay, well,
oh my god,
that's God again. We're sorry.
I hope it ain't a tornado. Jesus, are we talking too much about
Sorry,
the
guys.
tornado?
It sounded like a freight train.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, they said
yeah.
this is the most well-filmed tornado they've ever had. One, because everybody has a cell phone, and two, everybody has a really good camera on their cell phone now.
Yeah.
And this one, for some reason,
Hey, this is a moment.
even though it was tearing shit up, didn't like you could really see the funnel cloud well. Like you,
Yeah.
you could really fucking see it. Like it didn't have that big thing of debris and the fucking cows like
This
from
was
Twister.
the most-
right.
This is the most perfect looking tornado.
Yeah,
I ever saw.
like it is like
the most photogenic. Like,
yeah, it really was. It really, that motherfucker was like getting my good side the whole
but
way.
just as perfect.
It like had good fucking lighting and everything the whole way. I mean, Theron probably was in
from California. We got earthquakes, and I've been through several of those.
I haven't. We've been through mild. We're starting to get real mild ones here, supposedly from the fracking.
Because I came here. No, it's because it's like
you brought the earth.
Yeah, John.
You brought the quake.
Yeah,
the quake
you brought the quakes.
That's
nothing
cool.
to do with
That's
fracking.
cool. I mean,
So tell us what to expect.
It's literally, it's like a friend of mine goes, yeah, but here in California, earthquakes, blah, blah. I'm like, but here's the thing. The earthquakes, they're within seconds and they're gone.
Yeah.
Tremendous damage, but they're gone. The tornadoes, an hour later, they're still fucking happening.
Or circle around, or
they're still
oh,
happening.
you can say whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, we have lots of French on this show.
Oh,
we actually broadcast in France.
We mature. I'm
actually
just saying,
broadcast in
it's
France.
insane. It's like they're still going, and I'm blown away by that. The immense destruction of Mother Nature. But the people in Andover, my God.
Well, what's so weird about tornadoes is
God bless them all.
I worked for the city for 15 years, and my dad helped in the cleanup project in Greensboro when that happened.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So they took a bunch of city workers, and they went down there. And like that city's really recovered well. They did a bunch of green stuff with that city, but that's not part of it. But it's so weird to see the destruction. I had to go down there and help them drive a truck for a couple of days too, because I was working for the water department at the time.
Wow.
So it was really interesting to see how a tornado, and then I've also seen a drone view of the destruction of the tornado that happened this Friday.
Right.
Like how that skips around. Like one
Yes.
house is fucking gone.
Yeah.
And then the neighbor's shit is
It's insane.
they lost some shit, but like their house is still there. And then a block of shit's gone. And then right across the street, they ain't lost the tree ain't lost a leaf.
So
like it's a really weird, scary fucking thing.
I was telling John on the way over here about like I used to own a mixer for my great aunt, or I think it was my great aunt, right? And a tornado blew her house down.
Oh yeah.
She was making a cake, and this mixer and a dozen eggs were sitting on the same counter she set it on. Whole house destroyed.
Gone.
Not a single egg broken.
Really?
Yeah. This is like porcelain, old school mixing bowls.
Yeah, one of them big ass KitchenAids.
Nothing broken. Nothing broken on it. The table was fine. It was all good.
When the earth starts barking at you, it's crazy.
Mother Nature, you
so,
don't mess with Mother Nature.
You're not allowed.
Well, you don't have any firepower back. You just got to sit there and go, boy, I hope. Remember that shit they taught you in school?
Right.
Get up against the.
Yeah.
You're still fucked.
Yeah.
Duck and cover.
You're still fucked.
Duck and cover.
I mean, God bless.
The whole school finna fall on you, but at least
God
get you
bless
that
those
cover. You're up
families
against
in
the wall.
Andover. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what they went through losing their homes. That's just
and a lot of them are brand new places out there too.
Yeah.
So you're talking big insurance money, big hassle. But the biggest thing is when people like lose their shit. Like your house, you can replace. I always just hope people don't like lose their memorial, like their kid pictures and their all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like the shit you can't get back.
Yeah.
Like you can always get your house back and your car back, but there's some replaceable shit at your house that
there's some
like when people have
value that has no monetary.
Yeah, like some
That's
shit,
it.
like somebody that your grandma knitted you a quid or a quilt or whatever you got. That
exactly
when shit gets burnt up, it's crazy. So like,
that's what I love about Wichita. What I love about Wichita is that it's so family oriented. All the communities out here, Tampa, Hutch. Wherever you go, Durham, it's like everybody is so oriented towards family, and I freaking love that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a good family community for sure.
Well,
it's not a bad place to raise a family.
Yeah,
really.
it's not.
Get a job. I mean, that's what we do.
And I'm trying to get my kids to come out here. And grandbabies, let's raise them out here in this environment. It's a great
Let's
environment.
unpack that just a minute, okay? Because we're talking about a really strong family vibe here in the Midwest. And this is maybe a family vibe that you didn't get growing up. And so I kind of want to parlay this over into why we are Orphan Jon and the Abandoned. Why is it Orphan Jon? Why are we the abandoned? What's going on? Because I know you do a lot of work in this circle, and I'm going to kind of let you unpack this just for a sec.
Well, it's like I was raised in the system. We called it the system.
Yeah. We still do.
We still do. And sometimes the system's good, and sometimes it's not.
Yes, it don't matter what city you're in. It don't matter what state you're in. There's a system. And the system wants to help these kids. Unfortunately, it's such a volume of these kids in need, the system can't accommodate it.
Yeah, there's not revenue for it.
There's just not. There's
unless you have time. There's not even time. Well, get one caseworker for 30 kids.
Exactly. It takes one of those caseworkers or one of those special people to be overly dedicated in a job that ain't paying them what they should.
Right.
It's really all who's there.
How far and few between is that?
Very far.
You know what I mean? Between. I'm just saying,
especially if you're talking about the major communities all across the country. Yeah. You're lucky if you're hitting on 10% of the people that really giantly give a fuck, and go above and beyond. And I know everybody that's working in the social care industry is working their ass off.
They're doing their best.
They're doing their best.
They are.
And you're put up against a tough spot.
You nailed it. What I think is a lot of people don't understand is the caseworkers are overwhelmed.
I know.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, they don't have enough time to focus on each individual case.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can in their own power, and they mean well, and they want these kids to be taken care of. What happens is the large volume, and some of these kids get lost in the cracks, and it's unfortunate. And so what happens with like me, I was in the system, and what happened was, we're going through it's just, the mundane process. And then you get kicked out. And so then you wind up with these caseworkers are overwhelmed.
So explain to me, because the term, the aged out term. So that's a term we've all heard, and especially got really popular in the Batman movie where everybody heard it. So they really made it, because they talked about orphans a lot, because Batman's but the aged out term, when does the system stop working for you? When you're 18? You're done? 18, you're just 18. On your own?
Yeah.
What if you're with foster care with a family? Can they choose to keep you on?
No. What happens?
That's kind of up to the foster family.
It is.
But they stop getting paid probably from the state, right?
There it is.
No, that's it. It's
a fucking tough gig for everyone.
And I'm guessing every state is a little bit different on this. Okay.
It is. Yeah, probably.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
We very recently had an aged out foster youth.
There you go.
Come to our studio because she is now sponsored by an organization, nonprofit organization, that is trying to help her find her way now that she's aged out. They're trying to get her into an apartment, trying to get her into lucrative employment, trying to get her on a path that's going to make sense for her.
Get her a foundation she can grow from as an adult.
And this girl came to us, the juvenile youth prevention officer for WPD. Shout out Danielle Watson, Officer Watson. He brought this girl to us, and she's amazing. She has this really great, just natural voice, and she sings incredibly. She really does. But I worry about her. You know what I mean? I just met her, but I do kind of worry about her. She come in here real timid. She come in here kind of like not knowing.
So what was your experience
with
the system? What was your experience personally with the system? Was it here? Was it in California?
Yeah, California.
Because you're originally from Bakersfield.
Yes.
So what was your experience with the system here in California?
I was when I was 8 months old. The state took me away from my biological mom because she was not basically providing what was deemed as a very
suitable care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they take me away, and I have 3 older brothers, and they put us in at that time it was called shelter care. That was the term they used. And I was in there for quite a few months, and then I was basically lended out to these foster homes. Now, foster homes, there are a lot of people, they mean well. I mean, their heart's good. And they're like, I want to help these kids. And God bless them, because I love that. Because it's important.
Wide,
it's important. What happens is the way the system's set up, you got a check coming in.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
So there's kids.
Yeah,
exactly. And unfortunately, what happens, from my own experience, is it becomes a revenue thing. We get X amount of foster kids, we make X amount of money, and it's one of those things where it goes from compassion, caring, sincerity to it's not so much greed, but it's revenue. It's just like, got to pay my bills, got to get by.
And it makes it more of a business aspect from the foster.
It does.
And they don't treat him as loving a person. They see him as a revenue.
And that's
I have a little bit to say here because I am taking on a foster kid right now, and I fully intend to adopt the kid that we have.
Yeah, that's
honestly, but I'm going to tell you straight out, okay? I don't know if I can say his name or not, but our kid,
we don't have to
he came from a place with 7 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when he was there with 7 brothers, he had certain behaviors because he was trying to get attention. You feel me? And so he had like he was acting out to try to get this attention.
Yeah.
And so now, as the foster parents, they're trying to figure out how their day-to-day looks.
Right.
And man, if this guy can just take a pill, that'd be great.
Yeah. See,
you know, and so now this guy is really high up on the care list. Like when we got him, I'm like, wow, I like, you guys are telling me this kid's such a problem, and I'm really not seeing that.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I don't see that.
attention.
Well,
because he's
a child.
Yeah, but he's one with us.
Yeah.
He's one kid that we have.
Yeah.
Versus his last placement he was one of like 8.
So
so he's not acting that same way with us. Yeah. And so I'm just kind of like, I don't understand you guys' diagnosis. I really don't get it. I'm not seeing that. I'm questioning their medications. I'm questioning some things.
It's a lot. It's a kid. It's literally a child.
They know some shit. They don't know shit.
They don't know. All they know is, what the hell happened to my parents? They're like thrust into this environment.
That's huge, right? That's huge.
I can't.
And they're trying to adapt with that mentality as a kid,
with no support group.
Yeah, not knowing what's going on,
with no one really behind you.
They're thrust into this family, this foster home, where the foster parents mean well, and there's this disconnect, not understanding this kid that's like, I lost my parents, I lost everything.
Man.
Everything.
And at the same time, the kid's like,
without knowing what everything is.
Yeah, why is this happening?
A little bit weird.
Yeah.
And there's all of that going on, and then they throw them into a foster home, and the state again, they mean well. The caseworker, I had my caseworker, she meant well, but the truth of the matter is, it's brutal because the child has no idea, and then they lash out. Their mentality.
It's all attention. That's all attention.
Their mentality is, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I have no idea. Why is mom and dad not here? It's
the only thing they can. I've raised some stepkids, and I have 2 of my own. And in no way am I a fucking doctor or psychologist anyway. So let me preface that by I'm a fucking bro filling my way out through this like everybody else.
Right, yeah.
But kids want attention.
Austin, I gotta say, Austin, you're a doctorate of experience.
Yeah, a little bit, for sure.
That's it.
For sure. And like I said, I've even done the stepkid thing. I've raised 3 boys that weren't mine, and I've raised 2 of my own. And kids are dying for routine and attention.
Yeah. So
and who the fuck isn't dying for that as a 38-year-old?
Right.
Like, I'm looking for a little bit of steady, linear challenge in the same way, and some attention from people. Like, that's what everybody fucking wants. So, like, when you start giving kids what they need, like you remove your son from a spot where he was getting 1/7 of the attention to a spot where he's getting 1 of the attention, and he's getting some structure. This is how to be. Like, this is how to, like kids start sucking that shit up and start falling in line, like all humans do. But
like, I never thought I'd have a kid, okay? To be honest with you. Like,
I mean,
I'm pretty gay. I I didn't think I'd have a kid.
No,
you know
no,
what I mean?
but God bless you, brother,
but
man.
God's honest truth.
Okay, I'm going to say
know,
right here,
the guy come
I
around.
don't give a rat's ass. I seriously
Not
don't.
a lot of people do anymore.
I
It's
don't give a
fair.
rat's
Well, I
ass.
actually,
You're gay or straight, it doesn't matter. It's all about, so everybody knows, it doesn't matter. It's about affection, compassion, and sincerity.
It's really all about love to me.
Yeah,
And
that's
I,
what
and I
it's
got a
about.
lot of love to give. You know,
It
What
is.
I've
I
always
love to give
said,
everybody.
what I've
is.
always said, even since I was a young kid, if you can make love work in any fucking way, shape,
Mm-hmm.
or form that makes you feel good and happy, kudos to you. In any way, shape, or form, it's love is hard to find in this world, and hard
My
to make
number
work.
one rule is: are you a cool ass motherfucker?
Yeah.
If the answer is yes, I want to hang out with you. I don't care what you look like. I don't
Well,
care what your sexual preference is. None of that shit.
You're literally building
cares
a
who you love?
foundation
Yeah.
for
We're-
success.
We're
That's all
getting far away
matters.
from the
Yeah, we
point.
are. We're getting
Yeah,
far
we
away.
are.
Let's
Yeah.
get back to the.
We do.
You did it.
No, I did not.
No.
I brought up the fucking G word and y'all ran with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's on you.
We're gonna run with that
Well,
shit.
it's all sitting here waiting for.
No. What I'm saying.
But yeah,
But what I'm saying is, you didn't expect to have a kid. Let's get back to that spot.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what we're
I
doing.
never
right?
really expected to have a kid, and so I don't. I never like created these narratives in my head from when I was
Right.
10 years old of
Yeah.
how I'm going to treat my kid.
Exactly.
I never did that, and so now a kid is on my table, and I just really try to be real with it.
yeah.
You know,
I think you're doing the right thing by doing it
and
that way.
and I have
That's
to,
the way
and I
try
have to
do
tell
it.
you that I believe that
That's the best thing.
that my kid,
You know you're
I'm
full of
sure
shit.
I'm sure
You know
trying
you're
to
full
not
of
say his name. I'm trying not to say his name, but my kid, he's seen a lot, man. He's seen a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I am not going to be that guy that placates to him like he hasn't.
You can't bullshit.
You understand me?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You can't bullshit.
No, I can't bullshit him. He's
No.
already seen it.
You
He
can't
knows.
He's heard all the
He
bullshit.
knows.
He's heard all the lies, all the bullshit.
He knows truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Past,
He has.
past what I'm
Yeah.
going to tell him is
Can't
like.
He's
deny
smarter
it.
than he's
Me
actually
to-
smarter
me to
than
key.
he even knows.
Yeah.
He's knowing things on a subconscious level as a person that he won't realize till he's older.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's smarter than he knows. So you can't
Yeah.
bullshit a kid like that that's been through the
And-
ringer of the system.
And I'm not
already.
even going to
can't.
try. I'm not even going to try.
That's why.
I-
That's why talking to him like you're doing,
Street
real,
smarts.
and
It's all
giving him
street
real
smarts.
love and support will actually fall on him.
I told him very
Yeah.
early on, I'm never going to lie to you. Don't ask me a question you don't want the answer to.
That's a good.
Yeah.
But I'm
Brother.
never going to lie to you.
Brother, that's
You know?
absolutely what's important.
Like I'm
That
just
is
saying,
so important.
Like
So, in your dealing with your son and you growing up, you guys have mentioned caseworkers. So, what's it
Yeah.
like dealing with the caseworkers? They're overloaded and crazy. Like,
They
you
are.
talk to them all the time.
They are.
And
But-
hey, and we're
dude.
in no way trying to shit on anybody that works in the system. Caseworkers,
No,
thank
yeah.
you for all of your fucking time and effort on these
Absolutely.
kids.
I have
we
very
understand.
Absolutely.
But what's it like? What do you like? Do you have
I
to
have
check
very
in on
good
them?
caseworkers.
Yeah.
I have some people in my team that are good at what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that they are overburdened, just like
They
you said.
are.
Just like you said.
They
Like,
are
They are
overwhelmed.
overburdened,
It's a
and
compliment I'm hearing.
It
they
is.
sometimes. I'm not going to call out names. I'm not going to say this.
Yeah, never.
But
Yeah, never.
But right now, my kid is with what they consider a safe, good home. So now I'm down here on the triage. You understand?
Mhm.
So whatever I say doesn't really matter because they think I'm able to handle this, and we're in a good place. They have bigger problems.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, yeah, they're looking for the squeakiest wheel.
Yeah,
No matter how bad he's
Yeah.
doing,
Right.
he's better than he was, and he's better than most of the other kids that are still in the system.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Well, that's
This
when
one
you're
case
overloaded. That's the weird math you got to play. Unfortunately,
This one
And
case where it has
that's-
30 kids.
yeah.
Okay.
that's
and
your point. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
That's the
Yeah.
part that's brutal about the system.
I can't fault them.
I call it the system because it's like the Matrix. You got these kids that's
It
in
fucking
the
is,
system,
man. If you get your fucking name in it,
and they literally didn't ask to be here. They had no idea it was going to happen, and they're in it.
No control.
And then the caseworkers, God bless them, because they're doing everything they can.
can you imagine the shit they take home at night?
Yes,
Oh,
to accommodate, to help these kids. And human nature, they can't take it all on, or else that caseworker would go insane.
I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
all are probably. That's
I
the sad
mean,
thing.
and that's
can
the-
you imagine they go home and sit there in their
Yes.
fucking chair at night, or talk
Yeah.
crazy to their
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
husband because or their wife
Yeah.
because they just had to sit and
Exactly.
and let's be honest, mostly it's women in that industry. Thank you, women. for
Well,
taking
it's-
that industry.
You'd be surprised surprised.
It's like 90-10.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It's
in
brutal.
social work,
You're probably right.
in social work, it's not.
I do see a lot of guys.
There's a big push, and I will say this just to help social workers out. There's a huge push to get men in that industry because the biggest problem is young adolescent men. So we need men.
No role model.
Yeah, so like a man would help
And
a ton.
that's another.
I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to do that.
Literally another subject. But it's like my wife. My wife, Stella, was a CHP dispatcher for 27 plus years.
California Highway Patrol.
California Highway Patrol. Yeah, I need to say that. CHP.
Yeah.
I'm California. Don't hold it against me.
Understood over there. Yeah.
And she is a saint. She's dealt with so much. You want to talk about tragedies.
I can't even imagine what she's seen.
And so in her line of work back then, dealing with that, and then you add the caseworkers that deal with these kids.
Yeah.
And they mean well. They're all about their goals are help this child.
That's why they got there.
And get them there and they have a productive life. You know, all this, but they're so bombarded and there's so much. They become callous. It's like, okay, here's another casework. Here's another file. Here's another folder. There's nothing, literally, there's nothing that you can say the caseworker was messed up on. They're doing what they can do with what they have, the resources.
The red tape they have to battle.
Yes, and unfortunately, in the end, Austin, Aaron, in the end, sadly, the child suffers.
Always.
Every time.
And it's not the system's fault per se. It's not the caseworker's fault. It's just unfortunate. That's
it's
how
just
it is.
kind of the structure.
It's luck.
Just
it's a
how
stroke
it
of
is.
luck. I mean, if you're a foster kid, or if you are a kid in a separated family, or if you're a kid in a fucking family that's together, it's all a roll of the fucking dice. There's a bunch of people that have had terrible families of married folks the whole entire time and been abused.
Well, and me as a caseworker. Okay, let's assume I'm a caseworker. I have all you guys. All you people, 30 kids under my care now.
Right.
I have to take these broad strokes into consideration.
That's a lot.
These broad strokes.
Generalizations. You have to. Yeah.
I have to take these broad strokes.
You have to cover the statistics.
Okay, so let's talk about abandonment. And that's going to be my first kind of big structure. Now we have to have these therapists talk to all my kids about abandonment because that's the biggest broad stroke maybe
brutal.
I can take.
It's a brutal thing.
You refill?
It just is that.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It's a brutal thing because me and I have 3 older brothers.
Are these biological brothers?
Yes.
And so, quick question: how much did you get to stay in contact with them once they split you guys up at the beginning? Because I've been meaning to ask this, and I'll forget it.
No, it's okay. No, ask me any question.
You told me that I remember when you told me it was like at 8 months, but you had 2 older brothers.
So 8 months. I was 8 months old. I was the baby of 4 boys.
So there's 3 older brothers.
Yeah, 3 older brothers, and I was the baby. 8 months old because living conditions, the state stepped in and said, we're taking these kids away from you, from the biological mother. The biological dad left a long time ago. I never met him. Don't know who he is. I mean, I do know who he is, but
after the fact.
Once you got older, you
like 30 years old.
Exactly.
I was just always wondering if they let you still get to be with your brothers, even if you find.
I did. I was. What they end up doing.
You've met them.
State of California, in their infinite wisdom, they go, okay, we're going to take the oldest, and we're going to take the 3rd oldest, and we're going to put them in foster homes. We're going to take the 2nd oldest, which is my brother Clarence, and me, the youngest, and we're going to put. So basically, odd numbers
because it's hard to home 4 kids.
Exactly,
very hard. It's hard to home 4 kids.
And even now,
foster family wants to do 4 kids.
But it's a system. They're trying to do the best they can.
Yeah.
And
they're going off of formula.
So you got to go with one of your brothers.
I went with my brothers, and then I was in foster homes, and I was adopted when I was 10 years old.
So full on adopted.
Adopted, yeah.
So now you're part of a family. Did your brother get adopted with you at 10 years old?
Yeah. Casey. Well, Clarence. His name was Clarence and became Casey later on. But we were adopted.
So you got to grow up with your brother in an adopted.
One of my brothers.
One of your brothers.
Yeah. And there was a lot of crazy stuff went on then. It was like, But for me, Gary English is my adopted dad. Gary Marvin English. And he was a workaholic. He was like, that man worked constantly, was gone. He's all about providing for the traditional family. Worked his
He was
ass
trying to
off.
cover every goddamn thing.
Yeah, everything. And
that's the world we
and
grew
he
up in,
had
the
no
older
idea,
generation.
and he had no idea what's going on in the home life because I had a very extremely abusive adopted mother that was like, if I told you stuff that went on, it would be like the YouTube.
Why are you not killing people?
Oh yeah, it was.
That's a big,
totally.
Look, that's a big trait.
But here's the thing: this is the brutality of it all. Is that she was taken in by a stepdad that abused her.
So yeah, she's reciprocating the same treatment.
Exactly.
She's getting. That's how it all works.
We give out what
it's
we
a
learn.
mentality.
Unfortunately, every pedophile, every child molester, every rapist, every murderer,
they learn these things.
They were almost always.
That is
there is a
literally
small percentage of motherfuckers that are just crazy.
Yeah.
There is that 2%, but almost every single person that has some aggressive tendencies was taught that tendency as a child. Unfortunately.
Now, for me, when I'm grown and I'm an adult, I look back and I go, I hated that woman. I despise that woman. Fucking just rage about what she did to me. Years later, I'm looking back, I'm like, I get it. I knew. I mean, she even told me then she used to get beat by razor straps. I mean, the old school.
She didn't know how to love.
No.
She didn't know how to love you.
No. She
had no fucking idea how to love you.
She was conditioned to be this way. But
yeah, that's an old school thought.
That is.
That is old school, like boomer.
Yeah, it is.
Boomer mentality.
And that's the thing about the system. Everything is like the system set
cultural.
up this.
It's cultural.
It is.
Our culture moves
It's
a
set
certain
up
way.
this way. And then you got these foster families that mean well. They're like, oh yeah, I want to help these children. And then pretty soon money gets involved and they realize I can make money.
I have a weird question. So you get separated into a family with one of your brothers. Other two of your brothers go to another family. When do you know you have two other brothers? Because you're 8 months old, you don't know shit. You're not going to know shit for 8 fucking years. Like, when do you know you got two other brothers out there?
What happened was, for me personally, my biological mother, Polly Johnson, got us back when I was 4 years old.
So you only went 4 years with that family?
Yeah, 4 years. 4 years in a system. Got back to her and was 4. My brother Gary, who's my hero, Gary Sarnowski. He's literally,
we love you, Gary.
I fuck him to death. Fucking love him to death. Yeah,
fuck him to death was a little.
No, yeah.
I mean, he is your brother.
No.
Karen wants to know your location.
Yeah, what was that? God? What did you say? Anyways, Gary, we're like a year apart, literally, almost to the day. So it was me, and then my brother Gary, and then my brother Clarence, and then my brother Joe. Joe and Gary went into foster homes together. State of California said, we'll take Clarence and Johnny, and we'll put them in foster homes.
So when did you get to find out? You had them.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. When did you ever know?
System, and I'll never forget when the Englishes. I was in the foster home. It was Gary English and Jesse English adopted us, and then we called my brothers, and a caseworker set it up. I let my brothers know I was going to be adopted. It was heartbreaking.
You already knew you had two other brothers.
Yeah, I did. And my thing was,
so I'm a
little 10-year-old boy. I'm a literally little 10-year-old boy that's always wanted to be accepted. Okay, so I was left in a hotel with my 3 older brothers when I was 5 years old. Literally left in this hotel. Our biological mom bailed.
After she took you back, she then bailed again.
She got us back. Yeah.
So so full circle, you go to foster care.
Yeah.
Your biological mom takes you back
when I was 5,
and then bails on you.
And then bails, leaves in a hotel.
All of you together again.
Yep.
All of you are together again.
All together again. And I'm 5 years old
shit.
now. I'm not just a little,
dude, come on,
kindergartner. And I wake up next morning, she's gone. And we just do our thing, and eventually,
what do you do as you got the oldest brothers in charge? I guess. What the fuck
Well, that's you, isn't it? You're like, all right, let's make breakfast.
What is your
breakfast is
everything?
Sugar packets and coffee.
Yeah, you're at a fucking you're at a shit motel. What the fuck do you do?
Literally that.
Yeah.
You got these little boys just doing their thing.
What's the oldest one? How old is the oldest one in this?
Joe's, I want to say 4 years older than me.
So he's 14.
No, he's
12.
I'm 5, so he's 9.
9. Oh, fuck, we got such a tight grip.
Yeah.
You're talking a 9-year-old trying to lead a herd of abandoned kids.
Yeah.
And so what happens, we go back in the system, and then
He's been
state in their infinite wisdom decide, we'll take Clarence, the second oldest, and we'll put him with the baby.
So is this when they split you up like this, or did they split you up like this from the beginning?
No, they split us up then.
Oh, okay.
We'll take the oldest, Joe, and Gary, and we'll stick them in the foster home. So you got oldest and the third oldest, and the second oldest and the youngest together.
Were you guys fairly close, like in the country, in the city, so you still know each other?
No,
just like gone.
Yeah, we're gone. We're gone. So you got the number 4. So basically, number 4 and number 3. Yeah, 3. No, number 2. No, 4 and 2 gone. 3 and 1 gone. And so, when you're a kid, you have no idea. When I'm a kid, I don't know. All I know is I'm in that shelter care, because it was called shelter care when I was a kid.
Yeah,
they got other names now. The system, basically. And we're in this dorm, and you got in this dorm. You got the boys and you got the girls. And it's a dorm. Yeah. All these kids.
Like an orphanage, basically.
It is. It's an orphanage.
I mean, that's really what it is.
It's an orphanage.
It's a fucking orphanage. I mean, honestly.
And you're like, it's no different than a prison yard. You got the guys are gonna, don't mess with me.
What years was that?
Oh, that's 73, 74.
In California?
I mean, a lot of things have moved on since then.
Oh, it has. It has.
But back in the day, man,
I think it's improved.
Well, shit, it ain't easy now.
No, it has improved.
It has improved.
But the fact that you survived a lot of this shit is amazing.
Oh, and prospered.
Yeah. Well, you survived and prospered.
But you know what? The prosper start is another story, because it's all about people that actually I felt like they cared and made a difference.
You have to latch onto people when you're struggling in a system without family support.
Right.
When you're I come from a spot where I always had family support. I lucked out. So, but if you're looking for family support artificially, if you're looking for somebody in the system to help you,
and you don't
sometimes
even
you
know.
get lucky. Sometimes
you don't even know what that's about.
No, you don't even know what that's like.
You have no idea.
Every person that comes at you when you're in those situations, you don't know if they're real genuinely care about you or not.
All right. So
because for the most part, you think your family loves you, and that's an easy sell.
I'm gonna tell you this.
That's
my kid right now. He's been in the system since he was 6 years old.
Yeah.
He is 11 right now. And in the last 6 years, he has had 18 placements in 6 years.
18 different rules, 18 different guys, 18 different women, 18 different caseworkers checking them on.
Man,
I mean, maybe not caseworkers, but you know what I'm saying?
I am coming at this kid like, hey, man, let's just find our place here.
Get a foundation.
Let's find our common denominators and let's move on from that point.
Find our truths, man.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to take me.
No. Well, he has no idea.
Well, he's never not been bullshitted.
Look, man.
He's never not been bullshitted.
18 placements in 6 years means you've been in 3 places every year since you've been in placement.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? How do you? I can't get to know you.
Right?
I can't get to know
honestly,
anybody.
You can't get to know yourself.
It literally is.
The kid can't get to know themselves.
And then,
they're not allowed to become themselves.
No, they have no...
An average of about 4 months per house.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
They're not allowed to become themselves.
You don't get a genuine experience with a family. You don't really get
There's no
feel...
foundation.
There's no foundation.
No
exactly right.
None.
Well, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do here. What is this going to be?
What happens, sadly, what happens is, and this is the part that is the most detrimental, cruel thing, is that child, because they don't know. I mean, I was there. I don't know. I have no clue as this little boy
what he's been through.
What's supposed to be real? This is real. This is a family. I have no idea. Bounce to that family. There's their ideas of being a family. Bounce to that family, and what happens is
challenge.
You become a chameleon.
It happens. Challenge.
And then your child that you have right now.
Challenges.
Well, he becomes a chameleon. He has to try to adapt to every.
And so what they're doing is battling. They're battling upon what they've been conditioned to the point, which is strictly survival.
They are coming across
survival.
Yes, that's what I mean by chameleon. You're just basically changing yourself.
Yes.
You're just trying to give an answer that won't get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You're not getting to become yourself. You don't get to explore any
literally
art that you love. You're just
literally like, I can't do something where they're going to kick me out of this home and I'm gone.
I can't fuck up.
Yeah.
You're basically, for better lack of a term, you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Every fucking
my kid right now. My kid right now is giving me challenges. He's going. What are these guys going to do if I do
this?
Right.
Yeah. Are they going to handle it like the same way I handled it to these other dumb motherfuckers?
Are they going to kick me out of their family?
Are they going to give up on me for this, like the last people did?
And that's what they do.
Yeah,
he's acting out in this like weird ass crazy way.
And then what happens?
And I just got to go like,
well, I'm telling you.
And I come around the back end. I'm like, hey man, I don't understand why you did that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
there's no reason for you to make this dumbass decision.
And
then when you talk to a kid like that, they're like, well, yeah, you're right.
And that's what he does.
That's what they do. Kids are not idiots.
What it's about is survival.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to say.
They're trying to adapt to what they want you to hear. They don't get to become themselves. It's like
they are making 11-year-old decisions.
Yes.
About some pretty big people subjects.
Because they never had that foundation of mom and dad in their life to nurture them. And the
support group to fuck up. What's nice about having a mom and dad is you can fuck up and somebody will tell you why you fucked up.
Hey man, hey, can I tell you guys something funny? All right, so Justin, my husband, is mom. Like come.
Yeah.
I can't say names.
You can say his name.
Bleep that.
Can you not say his name? Really?
No, I really can't. I really can't. You're gonna have to bleep that. But
just bleep that, please.
But
a stamp at 40 minutes.
My kid pops in and he's like, "Hello, mother."
Yeah.
You know, and it's mom. You know, and he totally assigns that energy. I'm dad, and so I'm the enforcer guy that has to do this thing. And that was never a role I was trying to do. I'm actually not good at it.
Well, you're an alpha male whether you want to admit it or not.
It's not a thing.
He's a bass player.
Yeah.
He's also been kind of
you don't get
the guy that had to be the band leader because nobody else in the band knew how to do it.
Well, I will just say that to you, being gay does not exempt you from being an alpha male.
Yeah, that's true. Being
gay does not you don't get to pass that alpha male.
Yeah, right. Like,
dude, I have to deal with this shit too. You don't get to pass it.
That's
Can I be gay and not have to deal with it?
We're gonna deal with this all later. I'm gonna text you guys individually, separately later. But right now, it is funny to me that like I'm dad and Justin is mom.
You fucking broke me.
You know?
But that's a good thing.
That's funny to me.
That's a good thing, man.
But like our kid is doing that. He's assigning these roles to us. And he bucks me a little bit.
Well, your role was
but he totally gets it. He totally
connection. It's a fucking.
I love that you ain't give up on the kid yet. A lot of people would give up on kids.
It's a connection.
Well,
I'll tell you recognition.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I have a non-foster kid. I got a daughter I've been raising since she was, and I'm dealing with the same bullshit you're dealing with.
Exactly.
It's all kid shit.
Because
she's flipping out teachers getting suspended, telling bitches that go fuck themselves.
Right.
And I'm wondering why she said that. And then I look at me and I'm like, well, I'm fucking this up probably myself a little bit, but
that's the thing. It's kids being kids.
They are.
They're kids.
And if you're in the system, the thing is, if you're a crazy kid, they look on you crazy, but all kids is doing the same shit, whether you have the support or not. So if you have a family behind you, they let you get away with some shit.
And that's the importance.
Well, it's the unfair advantage that kids that don't have
Austin, you nailed it. The family behind you.
Yeah, that's
family behind.
Family behind you.
The people that back you.
Yes.
The people that back you.
Yeah. Because it's
and that's what I'm doing to my kids.
Yeah,
man.
and you're doing a great thing, you and Justin, because it's like
people need that.
I pop up in a school and I'm like, no, you guys ain't doing certain things. So like,
and a lot of people,
how can you expect my kids?
The thing is, a lot of people in society have no idea.
Well, a lot of people that grow up in this country, luckily, if you did, you have at least a mom and dad, whether they're separated or not, to kind of have some support. Yeah. Now, whether you get financial support and houses and inherited wealth and all that shit's a whole different story. But at least having someone to fucking call.
That's it.
Have someone to fucking call.
Yes.
That's your blood.
Yes.
Whether they were there for you as a parent or not.
It, at least there. Yes.
And a lot of people that have had that, like I do. Luckily, I'm a pretty objective guy, and I understand the struggle of people. Like, I don't have a great relationship with my mom, but at least she's there. Yeah. I have someone to call. She's important.
There. It's an important thing.
And people don't realize that a lot of kids in the system don't have that.
No, they don't. So I want to segue this over into a conversation we had earlier about the Mormon Church.
Yeah. Oh, what do you got?
No.
Storm clouds.
You think,
Storm clouds.
You think it's coming out of crazy, but John's wife, Stella, was
raised in the Mormon
church. I was raised in the Mormon church.
I know, you told me that a little bit.
And I was excommunicated out of the Mormon church.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying.
Mormon church
support. That's what I'm talking about, support.
Well, you met,
okay? So my church did not support me. They didn't do it.
And good for you for sticking by your laurels and not bringing.
No, I got to stick with what I am.
Yeah.
What I do.
Well, a lot of people don't. You'd be surprised. Some people will bend to the will of religion, will bend to the will of society, will bend to the will of family pressure, which is maybe tougher than the other two I just mentioned.
I'm not doing
Honestly, family pressure might be one of the worst ones.
We
have a ton of people, gay or trans or even religious, they just have religious differences. Yeah. It might not even be sexually oriented that deal with these pressures.
I agree.
All the time. So you have an ex-Mormon wife. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, my wife.
So did you meet her in California? Or
I did.
So did she leave the Mormon church?
Yeah, she did.
We have to. At a certain point, man.
I'm going to tell you this.
Well, the Mormon church is fucking crazy.
I'm not
going to shit on Mormons, but if you really look into the guy with the peep hat and the shit, it's all bullshit.
Here's the thing. It's like,
really all bullshit.
It gets there.
The foundation.
The guy is a scientific writer.
Foundation is good. The foundation is good.
Basically, all I need out of religion
L. Ron Hubbard, right?
Don't be a dick.
Isn't it L. Ron Hubbard?
No, that's Scientology.
No, that's
Scientology. What's the dude
Lord's
from?
talking.
Joseph Smith.
You're talking about
Joseph Smith. Yeah. So I'm wrong with the name, but I'm right with what he has. He had the magic glasses.
Regardless of what you think of Mormonism, which I could go into a tirade for a very long time.
Let's not do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Lord,
but I will say,
let's not go down the shitting on the Mormonism.
Mormons are literally the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
To a T, every single one of them.
And that is no shit.
I feel like you haven't met.
The sincere Lord and the sincere one.
When he talks to the Lord, he gets closer to the mic.
I hear a lot of plosives out of that.
We have got some great
I'm just saying.
Hey, so we say all this and we talk about all this foster
You guys
care
are trying
stuff.
to really work my ass over on this audio.
God, where are you? God, I love you.
It sounds like you're all on like two-way radios.
Well, I feel like we got a good enough sound guy. He can fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And if we don't, we're going to find out.
Lord's name is John.
Hey, so speaking of John, hey, I do want to talk to you a minute.
Yeah,
about you are doing a thing in California.
Thank you. Yes. That's where I want to get.
About aged out foster youth.
Yes.
Please tell me about this event.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I am working with aged out foster youth. I'm doing my best here.
Well,
but I want to hear about what you are doing.
I gotta say this. My wife works for the state of Kansas.
Yeah.
She was a 27-plus year CHP, California Highway Patrol dispatcher.
What's her full name again? Hit your wife. Give her just her name. Her first name?
He can't say this.
Stella. I call her Stella.
Stella. Yeah. Stella, shout out.
Yeah, I can't give her a legal name.
We can give her a shout out, though.
Stella. Yeah, Stella.
Yeah, give her a shout. It's your anniversary. We can give her some love.
Happy
you don't have to give her a legal name out in her birth. I'm not going to hold up her fucking birth certificate and be like,
right now, we're the assholes keeping him out of his.
No, it's all good.
Right?
I'm a musician.
He was willing to come to do a podcast on his anniversary. Shit, she's a good woman.
She's like, anniversary.
She is amazing.
Yeah. So she is. What was that? Oh, more. No, we're in the Mormon.
We are talking.
No, we're talking about your show coming up.
Yes. Okay.
That's where we're at. Bakersfield,
Tell
California.
me about what you're doing with the aged out foster.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Here's-
aged out foster youth. That's where we're at.
Here's.
Damn Jameson.
If I don't.
Yeah, I'm in. Shit. But yeah, we're trying to segue into your Covenant Community Concert that's coming up in Bakersfield, California on May 21st. I'm going to say all these words because we might fuck off and forget.
Yeah.
It's called the Aged Out Foster Youth Show.
Yes.
Bakersfield, California on May 21st.
Yeah.
And what is the venue?
This is so huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
this,
pimp that whole venue and
this
all that
one-
crap.
when I got into music in 2012, and I started doing this music thing and touring the nation and all this stuff, my mind was always, there's always this little voice, help your brothers, help your sisters.
Where you come from, man?
Yeah,
you
where I
come
came from.
Let's
I was
go.
in that system.
Let's go.
And I have two brothers that were aged out. Now, aged out foster kids is this. If I can explain to you, it's very simple. A foster kid is in the system until they turn 18 years of age.
High risk.
The legal age of adulthood.
High risk.
Unfortunate.
High risk.
Because men don't even become
They were not.
smart till
They were
25.
not trained.
No.
It's
Correct.
literally
And
the
they
science.
They were not.
When they're turned 18,
guided.
when they become 18 years of age, the system's like, okay, you're on your own.
And that's what the aged out. That's where the aged out term
That's
is.
Aged out.
That's aged out. You're aged
So you're
out.
On you.
on your
It's
own.
on you.
You're on your own.
Yeah, fuck.
Make it
You run
or
through the state system.
make it or
And now we
literally
circle back around to you have no
fucking break
family.
it.
You
Yes.
have no family support now.
None. No,
Nope.
nothing.
Nothing.
If they
You don't
even
got
had
that.
to begin with.
You don't have even a shit dad to
No,
call. Not
you
a
don't.
shit dad.
You
You
don't.
got nobody.
Yeah.
You got
Right.
fucking
So
nobody.
here's the mind. Let's imagine the mindset. Here's the mindset. A child, whatever age, taken out of his home because abusive, neglect, whatever.
Death even. Sometimes it's death.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even a bad
Right.
situation.
And,
yeah,
and they're
sometimes-
put in this system, and they're like in this system, and they're dealing with all this stuff we talked about. We just talked about.
yeah, 100%.
Kind of cope, kind of trying to get by, kind of whatever. And then they turn 18. They're in a foster home that loves them, cares about them. 18, state says to that foster home parent, foster parent, we're not going to pay you no more.
I have no
Take
more
care
money
of
for you.
Johnny. Johnny's
If you
not,
want.
you're not going to check for Johnny. And then what happens is, okay, then Johnny needs to move on. Johnny's gone. Now what happens to Johnny? Johnny is either going to go out in the streets and become homeless and deal with the reality that he's like, what the
Because
hell?
we don't have the skill sets.
None.
We don't have the skill
Well,
sets.
I mean, if you're lucky, you had a foster family that prepared you for this.
No, but that don't
that's
happen.
It doesn't
that's a
happen.
very
Don't happen.
lucky.
Is it
Very
what's
rare.
the
That's a
percentage?
very lucky.
Very
What's the
rare.
percentage of foster families?
I would say
Very
20.
20%, to be fair.
And
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and I'm
Well,
giving you something.
Now,
there.
can I ask a
It's
quick
something
question?
more like
what
8.
if you have a foster child, similar to the insurance, how insurance used to be? If you had a foster child that goes to college, do you then in turn get to claim them and keep them on?
No.
So 18, you're done.
No.
So what if you have a foster kid that makes it college and they're on their fucking own with all that
They're
shit?
on their
It
own.
doesn't happen that way.
And you're lucky if your foster family will take calls from you and give you some advice.
That's the
No.
brutality of the system. The system's set up to take care of these
Just
kids.
dump you when you're 18.
And then when it's numbers. It's all about
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
It's
Then just
literally about here's a file number. Here's the basics. File number. Take care of this kid. Foster home. Oh, he's 18. Gone.
Done.
So as
And
a foster
Case closed.
Case closed.
Case
and the
yeah,
foster
that's what helps. So you get to go. They get to go this. They get to do this.
Yes.
See you later.
Yes.
See you later, John English.
Yes.
Aged out.
You're
Put that
18.
away.
And
Put that
the
away.
case-
And they get to, unfortunately, that person that has a ton of
And
kids
here's-
gets to go, at least I don't have to think about that anymore.
Yeah,
And it's not fair.
And it's the part that really it's so heartbreaking is that the caseworker means well,
They do.
No.
and they can't go on with that. Kid.
I did not know one caseworker
They got to go on
that
with this
ever
other
got
kids.
into this
Yeah,
For the wrong
that
reasons.
didn't. Yeah,
The
they
wrong
didn't
reasons.
mean well.
They mean
all
well.
said-
I've always wanted to do the job myself. I've always wanted to be a social
I
worker.
thought
I
about
thought
it.
I'd be good at it.
No, very, very seriously.
Yeah.
I think I could be good at it, but it pays dick.
And I do think
it literally pays dick.
Well,
it doesn't pay good.
No, teachers shit.
It is heartbreaking. It's totally stressful.
It is. So you got these caseworkers. They mean well, and they're overwhelmed.
So where in the whole entire time of being a foster kid, dealing with the system in Bakersfield, California, before you could when did you find music? When did you find music?
No, wait a minute. That can be anywhere.
Yeah, but where did
anywhere,
any
fucking.
But where did you in the system find music? Like when did eventually
that was
later?
Years, yeah, it was years later. Yeah.
So when did you start becoming a singer? Like when did you start?
Years later.
When did you even find out that you had a fucking singing voice?
Years later.
Age? You hit me with an age. Shit, tell me something.
About 18,
39. 38, 39.
He's a late bloomer.
39.
Yeah.
He's a late bloomer.
Oh,
yes.
God,
that's what I'm trying to get to.
A late bloomer.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
But here's the thing. It's like the singing, all that. What I do don't fucking matter. What matters?
Does.
No, it don't.
Yeah,
Because
I'm really trying to catch you.
These kids, I was there. I went through that system. And it's not the system's fault. It's not the system's fault.
We need to help the system.
It is. But it's like,
the system means well, and the system is.
They do.
We need the system. We just need
so
they
well.
are poised correctly.
Yes,
so I've heard.
But are they doing their thing?
Well, I've heard you guys say
That's
it kind
what
of
I
as a
wanna know.
number, and social workers might comment hard on this one, but like you have caseworkers.
No, I do want to.
But caseworkers have like 30 fucking.
They do.
30 kids apiece.
They
what do you
do,
think
brother.
what do you think is a rational number of caseworkers per cases? Like 1 to 10.
I don't know.
1 to 10.
1 to 10 would be great.
Let me lay it down. Let's get down to reality. Rubber meeting the road.
I'll take a little too.
You got a caseworker, and he or she's got 10 files. 10 files. Those are 10 personalities, boys or girls. 10 personalities. We just discussed about all that. Oh yeah, all that crazy crap. Abandonment, frustration,
not your average
frustration,
people.
guilty, anger, everything. That's in that kid, that one child, and they're trying to navigate putting that child in a home that cares about them, and they work what they can to get that child in that family that cares about them, and then they turn 18, and the caseworker, as much as they care and love that child, the state, it don't matter, it's California, Nevada, Kansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, it don't matter.
So that's why you're doing this aged out. Is that why you're doing this aged out festival?
Aged out. They're like gone, and they're
the aged out functionality of what he's trying to do. It supersedes all states.
Well, that's like a really important
aged
part.
Out is really big. Okay?
Yes, because when kids, like, the system does what it can.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be dictated, just like you are almost in anything, by the people that you deal with in the system where you live.
Right.
But what do we do after the system's done? So
there we go. Now we're talking.
Now we've moved on to a real converation because you're going to get great care, and it's all a roll of the dice of whether your foster parents love you or adopt you or support you after you're 18. I guarantee there's foster kids that have been supported through college and have latched onto a family that used the money from the state towards that child and did not see those child as revenue. Unfortunately, probably that situation is few and far between.
It is.
But there are a percentage of people out there, and I love you, taking that money and putting it back into it.
So
but what do we do with these kids?
To this point for me, because I was born in the county hospital in Kern County, California. Born in Kern General. Went in the system when I was 8 months old. I was in the system till I was 5 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the system his whole entire life.
Exactly.
Until he was aged out.
I was conditioned, and I went back to my mom, and then she left me in a hotel, and blah, 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 blah. And there's a lot of kids that suffered way more than I ever did.
And a ton that didn't, though, too. John, don't
it's just brutal. And so what happens is this. When I got into music and I started doing this thing where I started writing my own songs and doing my thing on the blues side, because that was literally For me personally,
Escape?
salvation.
A little bit of therapy?
No, yeah, well,
no,
absolutely.
When did you find out that you could sing? When did you know you could sing?
Back in high school, because
So
I
you knew you could
chased.
sing a little bit?
Yeah, I chased a skirt.
So yeah. Well, I mean,
It's a skirt.
Can I get somebody to point his mic downward slightly? I'm getting so many plosives that's driving me crazy. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I've been trying not to, but
So much. Theron, what was he saying?
Don't worry, I got it.
so how many?
Thank you.
You knew you could sing early.
Yeah.
When did you
I was
start?
very charismatic.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Because that's
when did
how
you
I
decide?
survived. That's
Well-
how I survived as a kid.
Well, you had to be the chameleon. I always
Yeah,
tell these kids are
exactly.
chameleons, just like
Yeah,
his
exactly.
son. Like you never really know what you got with a person that's been in the system. They're
yeah.
chameleons.
Yeah.
They are trying to give you the answer that will at least get them in trouble
Yeah,
and make you happy.
exactly.
So
Survive.
they don't. That's why it's a little bit of a circle around to these kids never get to adapt their own personality.
Kid, right?
You don't get to adapt your own
Yeah.
personality because
Yeah.
you're trying to
Yeah,
please.
absolutely. And
you're
that-
trying to please these
Yeah, I get
fucking
that.
people that you're with.
So
You
what
bet my
happen?
titties.
What happens is, it's a process unknowing as a child. Children are not psychologists.
No, they
All
just
they're
do
about,
what they do.
yeah,
They do what they
they're
do.
just
They
getting
do. They're people.
by.
They have no-
They actually do
literally.
people at the 100 level.
At the
They're
very
doing
basic,
the people.
very basic.
They're doing people shit.
Boom, boom.
They're doing people shit.
They're
They're feeling,
literally-
thinking, and doing people
They're
shit.
literally about getting by, surviving.
Right.
So I was in high school. And I was infatuated with this beautiful blonde, Rebecca. I can say her last name, Rebecca. I was infatuated by it. I got in chamber choir, and this chamber choir taught me how to sing, taught me how to do the warm-ups and everything.
Well, showed you that you could sing.
Yeah, exactly.
Showed you that you could
'Cause
sing.
I
You're
was
born
born-
with that shit. They
Yeah,
didn't teach it to you.
I know.
I've seen you sing, brother.
I was
That-
more
that no choir
interested.
taught that
I was
shit to you.
more interested in this beautiful blonde, and it's like amazing how the universe works. You know what I'm saying? It's like here's a guy. He's got a great voice, and not like nothing special, but it's like this guy's got this voice, and here's a girl that he's crazy about. Okay, we connect with this, and we do this chamber choir thing. And then what happens is it evolves into this deal where eventually I'm like 38 years old. 38.
That's what I am right now. So
Yeah.
38.
I just started my
As
podcast.
of right now,
I
he
just
is
started my
38.
podcast. You're an inspiration to me, John. I'm not gonna lie to you.
38.
I didn't start to do what I
You
loved
got
until
a life
38.
ahead of you.
Until 38. Hey man,
So-
38's a good number.
Yeah, it is.
Hey man, I didn't get to start my dream until 38. So like fucking.
So what
tell me
happened
about it.
is I became bald, and it's like
So then you thought like I gotta sing on the double.
that was
because
kind of reminiscent of
there's-
God provided a great fish for Jonah.
Yeah. Well, I've lost my hair. I better start singing, or I'm
It's
not
like-
gonna get any. I'm not
it's
getting
like-
love at all. Is
it's
that what
like-
well, shit. Now you're making me rethink.
Yeah,
all this.
so-
So we're gonna have to wrap up here very quickly. I want you to talk about the show that you have in
Yes.
California.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell,
we're gonna,
tell me about that show,
okay.
and let's wrap this up.
So, I get in this music scene, and I'm doing some stuff, and people are liking what I do. They like my music.
I love it.
And my mind's always been about, God, I want to help my brothers and sisters.
So you organize this show.
Because they're my brothers and sisters. Every abandoned child in the freaking planet are my siblings. Because I was
And they
abandoned.
mean something, man.
They do.
They mean something.
And I take it to heart. As a
Well, I
musician,
love that.
it's
I like
very
that.
Again, I'm going to
Yeah.
run through it all again. I'm going to look straight at my shit.
So
the
what-
Covenant Community Concert
Yes.
in Bakersfield,
So
California,
what happened-
May 21st. I'm going to say it again for John Shit. And it's called the Aged Out Foster Youth Show. 100%.
Guys,
So what
Aged Out
happened?
Foster Youth is everything.
So
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
is I discovered Covenant Community Services. My good friend Randy Martin and his wife in Bakersfield, California, my hometown. And they help these kids. They've been doing it since 2010.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Providing
Say their names again.
Randy Martin and Kim Martin.
Shout out to you guys for helping.
Yes.
And shout out to, are
Yeah.
they helping you organize this show
Yes,
too
they
as
help
well?
it. Yes.
Shout
And
out
they
to
help these kids.
Good. We'll have
Now,
links.
here's
We'll
what
try to.
they-
We'll actually try to set up links
And here's what
for
yeah,
this
I-
for the benefit for this.
I gave you the link.
Yeah,
I
I
gave
do
it.
did.
Yeah.
So we'll actually set up. Maybe we can even try a GoFundMe and shit.
Yeah.
You're good.
We can try some shit. We can try some shit.
It's all about this. They help these kids, and they bring them in and teach them. So if a young person, girl or boy, want to go to college, they help them. Fucking let's get you in.
Yes. Fund you.
If you want to go in the workforce, they help them.
Well, especially anybody that's got some driven, like
you'd be some shoes, and
there'd be surprise, and a lot of people's misconception about the foster care kids. So we've talked about all the people that help foster kids, and we'll end on this note. All those foster kids are willing to work, are willing to be involved in the community. They are not outcast from the community.
No,
they are
not.
legitimate citizens. We need their help.
I'm going to say that the only stigma they have is your stigma.
Right.
That's a good point.
That is not real.
And I will say that even from my statement I just made, yes, a little bit from my stigma. They are
stigma
just
that's attached to these kids.
It's
that ain't their fault. That's your fault.
Literally this. Okay, I'm here today. If we end with anything, I'm here today because there was somebody that told me.
That cared.
Exactly. One person
makes a huge difference.
Said, you're of importance.
You're worth it.
You understand.
You're worth it. I care.
Do you understand how important that is?
It is.
And we'll wrap on that. You'd be surprised what one little statement towards anyone.
That is the truth.
And I will always say, which is to a lot of people, even on social media, with your kids and even your friends, reciprocate positivity all the time. You'd be surprised what a little bit of positivity will help a motherfucker in a bad time.
This is Austin and Aaron's show. We are going to close out on this note.
We can't wait to have you on again.
Why don't you pick up a little bit of someone in your culture?
Please do.
Someone around you. Why don't you support them? Yeah. Why don't you support them?
Build people up.
I don't care if they're good.
Gas them up.
I really don't. Yeah. Gas them up a little bit.
Guys, I see people all the time, and I support their shit, whether I'm good, bad, or indifferent. I love to support people.
We're going to cut to some footage of Orphan Jon.
We actually going to cut to some footage of both of you guys jamming. We're going to even maybe hopefully get the wave show that I got to saw. I got to saw.
I think we're going to cut to saw.
I got to saw. Got to see. Thank you. I can't. Hey man, I did an hour's worth of not fucking up too much. We love you. Go see a live show, and I can't wait to have Orphan Jon on again.
Subscribe.
Hit the YouTube channel. Subscribe, you lazy fucks.
Yeah, find us on Facebook and YouTube.
You lazy. We get 100 views plus an episode. Hit the fucking subscribe button, you lazy fucks. Jesus, wrap this shit.
Is it a podcast? Is it a show?
Darren has a lighting anal ability.
He can put lights up his butt. That's what that means.
Yes. He can actually put a light bulb. He can put a light bulb up his ass, and it turns on, which is weird. Plugs his nose, it turns off. I don't know why the nose.
He got the butt light working, man. Not Bud Light, but the butt light.